Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hitscan reached out to me and asked if I wanted to take a look at their Hyperlight mouse. This was a brand I hadn't heard of before, but after doing some research online, they appear to be making waves in the gaming community. All the reviews I've seen have been extremely positive, so I was excited to do my own testing and see for myself. Full disclosure, Hitscan did send me this mouse for this video, but as always, all opinions will be my own. If you want to learn more about the mouse or purchase one for yourself, please use my affiliate link in the description. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe, and let's get started with the review. Right off the bat, the Hyperlight feels incredibly premium. The matte white finish is sleek, and the lightweight 39-gram build is immediately noticeable. It's one of the lightest mice I've ever held, and it feels well balanced. For only $90, you're getting a lot of value for this mouse. It features the Pixar 3395 sensor with a 1K polling rate, up to 8K if you purchase the optional dongle. This separate dongle is only an additional $25 and promises to seriously improve performance. If you were to purchase both, your total is only $115, which is still cheaper than other name brand competitors. So already, it's looking like a great cost-effective 8K option. To make the most out of this mouse, you'll need to install the Hitscan Utility software to fully customize it. Here, you can change the DPI, button assignments, and polling rate. I opted for 1600 DPI with 8K polling rate, and that's what I use for all of my testing. There are tons of tinier adjustments you can make, so feel free to tune the mouse to your liking. Included in the box are two sets of mouse skates which you have to apply yourself. They're both the same PTFE material, which is considered one of the best to use for low friction. I decided to use the larger surface area version for no particular reason. It just looked easier to apply. Also, because you have to apply them yourself, you can completely ignore these and use your own aftermarket ones if that's more your style. But I think that the stock skates are good enough that they don't need replacing. The Hyperlight's mid-hump design is perfect for claw grip, but it's versatile enough for palm and fingertip grip styles as well. The mouse is on the smaller side, which is definitely becoming popular in the enthusiast community and allows for greater weight savings. I think the bottom is super cool with the giant cutouts allowing you to peek inside. Other than that, they didn't take any design risks and opted for a minimal silhouette, symmetrical shape, and some standard branding. The low-profile main clicks use Omron optical switches, and they have a medium soft click. They feel lower to the table than the average mouse because of the already small shape as well as the cupped surface. The side buttons are TTC mechanical switches and are super sharp by comparison. And the scroll wheel is the TTC Gold dust-proof encoder, which has defined scrolls that are easily distinguishable. In the past, I've had issues with other plastic mice being too smooth and losing my grip as a result. Typically, I would apply aftermarket rubber grips to my mice to solve that issue. I personally found that the texture of the Hyperlight is good enough to where I feel comfortable using it stock. The texture is still smooth, but I'm able to maintain a consistent grip while gaming. Everyone's experience with the texture is going to vary, but as someone who has been picky in the past, I can say that it wasn't a major issue for me. In my testing, I did run into some issues with the movement of the mouse. The horizontal movement was excellent and smooth, but I was getting some extra friction when moving vertically. You can actually hear the difference when I move it in different directions. To be extra sure that it was the mouse and not the mousepad itself, I rotated the mousepad 90 degrees and got the same result. To be clear, this could be user error on my part because if you remember, you need to install these skates to the mouse yourself. To be honest though, I couldn't find any obvious flaw with my application of them. And even if there was, I still think it's a valid criticism because consumers inevitably will mess it up. And this is all assuming that it's the skates causing my issue. I couldn't pinpoint the exact cause of the friction, and it may be a physical design flaw unrelated to the skates. Because I only have a single unit, I'm unable to test if this is a problem with every Hyperlight or just mine. But to be honest, I didn't find it to be too noticeable in-game anyway, and the mouse is still perfectly usable. The battery life seems to be fairly decent with 250 mAh. After 2 full days of regular use and gaming, it went down to about 40%. Keep in mind that this is with it set to a constant 8K polling rate, so if you lower it, you can expect even more use time. Depending on how much you use it, you can probably go a couple of days at a time without needing to charge. And just by looking at the underside, swapping to a larger size battery shouldn't be too difficult if you're interested in modding this mouse. And while we're on the topic of charging, I found that the port shape on the mouse wasn't friendly with some cable sizes. The USB-C cable included in the box works perfectly as expected, but here's a cable from a different wireless mouse that I own, and it simply cannot be plugged in. It's not the biggest problem in the world, but it would have been nicer to design the port a larger size so that consumers can have better compatibility with custom cables. That way, if you want to replace it for any reason, you won't run into compatibility issues. In-game, the mouse performed as expected. Excellent tracking enhanced with the 8K polling rate capabilities. Obviously, I'm not a pro-level gamer, so I'm not able to discern all the intricate details, but the mouse felt extremely reliable and consistent. More than that, the low friction and weight made it effortless to manipulate. It improves upon the already comfortable shape and size for a top-tier experience. I would recommend this mouse for anyone considering a smaller shape or who wants an 8K polling rate. Also, this mouse is very well priced compared to its competitors, so it's worth checking it out for that alone. The Hyperlight is a fantastic gaming mouse that offers a perfect blend of performance, comfort, and style. Its lightweight design, responsive sensor, and comfortable ergonomics make it a top contender in the sub 40 gram category. I think that the competitive pricing is definitely worth the investment for serious gamers. The mouse and 8K dongle together cost $115, which is still less expensive than your typical name brand options. I'm actually planning on using this as my main mouse for a while because I really am enjoying the shape more than anything. If you're looking for a high performance gaming mouse that won't weigh you down, the Hyperlight is definitely worth considering. Be sure to check out the link in the description below to learn more and purchase your own. Remember to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.